Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, welcome to another episode, another edition of Roll the Tape podcast. I'm your host, Manager Marty. I welcome each and every last one of you. I miss y'all. I felt like I've been going for a while, but I'm back now. And we need answers. And we're going to ask some questions today. Hopefully we get some answers to those questions. I mean, y'all know what's on the menu. Y'all know what we're going to be talking about. But before I get into it, I want to first welcome each and every last one of you. Come on in. Yeah. Don't stand in the doorway because I got the heat on. Yeah, I have the heat on, and I don't want you to let the heat out by leaving the door open. Just come on in. Yeah, come on in. Grab a plate. Before you have a seat, grab a plate. I have some food to serve you. Some food for thought. Because we got to talk about a few things. I'm not going to hold y'all long. Now, I know I say that all the time, but I promise y'all today, I'm not going to hold y'all long. I promise you today. But when I say long, I mean within an hour. We're done, okay? Or less. But here's the thing. We have spies, we have haters, we have detractors that watch me live in living color and the replay of this live all around the world. And so I want to let them know that's watching me, you're welcome too. You ain't going to find this nowhere else. That's why I'm glad you're here. So I welcome each and every last one of you. If you are watching this live on the replay, you had to spin the block on the replay. I welcome you as well. And also, how can I not start the show off with one of the members of this channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew? Double salute to her. My homegirl, Ty. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel, Ty. Ty says, for the air fryer. You know that air fryer gonna crank up the day. I'm gonna try to get done within 45 minutes, I promise you. But y'all know how I am. And so that's why I don't want to put a time limit on it. But the air fryer has to continuously get cranked up because you know, when we get hotter and hotter and hotter, the show gets more interesting and entertaining. And I promise you, you're going to learn something that you never knew before you got here, just like the rest of them. So I have a whole lot of things that I want to dump on the table so that we can dissect how we got here today. Okay? Now, there's some other members on the channel that's here live and living color in the chat, and I have to double salute them right now. My God, J Sir 72, member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll to Tape film crew, and another guy, a guy who is an avid Terence Crawford fan, that apparently I converted him over to the knowledge. He's still a Crawford fan, but it's certain things that he didn't agree with me on a year and a half ago. And he's here today. And I like when I see him in the chat, 'cause that's my young guy. That's my man. That's my young boy. That's my guy. Double salute to my guy. Band up, representing Seattle, Washington, man. That's my boy, man. You know, and he's here. He's a member of the channel. He's a supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. And we got to also say this. We got my guy here. He's one of my day one supporters from he remembered when I first started getting on YouTube. Double salute to him with the super chat. My main man, Pots and Pans. Smooth Criminal is here with us. Thank you, Smooth Criminal, for your contribution and your support. Smooth Criminal says, tapped in on my lunch break. Ooh, I love when people stop in real quick and listen in or come in real quick when they're at work, because it helps your day flow by very fast. That's why I entertain y'all. Okay? I'm not as animated when I'm not on YouTube, but I do spike it up a little bit. I want to give you added value when you come here. I'm going to give you that education. I'm going to sprinkle that sauce on you, but I also have to entertain you, because that's what I do. And double salute to my other guy. I just double saluted him and recognized him and publicly acknowledged him. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll to Tape film crew. My guy, JStar72, always supporting the channel ever since he came over here. So double salute to him again. And JStar tells it like it is. You see what he said in the super chat. He says, just for stating the facts with evidence. That's all I'm going to do. And that's what I love about JStar. He comes over here and keep it all the way 100. And on top of that, my main man came through. I be seeing him when he come over. He always come and contribute and support the channel. I'm talking about my guy. Double salute to him. Robert Jones is in the building. Thank you for your contribution and your support. Robert Jones says, salute, Manager Marty. A little something for the groceries. That's all. We don't ask for freeloaders to come over here, Rob, but we don't turn them away. We feed the homeless everywhere we go. And so sometimes you got to let the people come in and get some free food. But at some point, somebody got to drop a little bit in the basket, because the grocery bill is very high over here. Very high. Double salute to my guy, Jerry Austin. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll to Tape film crew. And we also got my brother here. You know, he's been a guy who's been on the side of me, always standing by me, always coming through when it's time to stand firm. And there's only a few good men out here. There's only a few good men. And he's one of those few good men. Not just on YouTube, not just in boxing, but outside of the boxing community. Outside of being a content creator. And I got to double salute him. And that's my brother. I get this big smile on my face because he already know what we talk about when we're not here. He know what it is. One of the realest dudes I know. My brother, D-Town Boxing, is in the building. I see you. Now, enough with the hugs, handshakes, and Valentine's Day cards. Let's get into this real quick, right? Let me start off by talking about Keyshawn. Because Keyshawn Davis, he's fighting tonight, right? Okay, he's fighting tonight. He's fighting a guy where it's for a belt, right? For a title? Okay, great. So it's for a title. I'm not going to hate on Keyshawn. I like Keyshawn. I just, certain things I don't agree with that he does. You know, like when he says he's the businessman, but then he told everybody that he wasn't going to fight Shakur. It's not really a good business move. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a manager at Walmart, right, Bill Haney? I'm just a manager at Target, right, Bill Haney? Hey, I'm broke. I'm broke, right, Rachel Donaire? You know, that's what they said about me. That's all I'm saying is I don't know nothing. I don't know anything about boxing. You know, I'm just coming up here to slander people's name. That's what they say, right? Oh, okay. But apparently I know a lot about boxing. Okay, but we're going to get to that in a second. But my thing is, Keyshawn Davis, he's fighting a guy who's a champion, right? So it's for a world title tonight, which is what we expect Keyshawn to do, go in there and win that world title, right? But the thing about Keyshawn is he's been match made by one of the greatest and best Hall of Fame matchmakers in the business of boxing. And you've heard me say his name on this platform. I don't even think he even know I'll be shouting him out. I'm talking about the great Brad Goodman, the guy who made everybody over there as fighters look good with Top Rank. Even Shakur Stevenson made him look good. Even what's the kid name that's gonna fight tonight? Jared Anderson. You see how Brad Goodman match made him on this one, because Jared Anderson, he was listening to other people. Not gonna say no names, but he was listening to other people to take that fight with, what's his name, Martin Bacoli or something like that, the guy that knocked him out. They didn't let Brad Goodman put his 2 cents on it. They didn't let Brad Goodman sprinkle his sauce on it, because you know Brad gonna make you look good. He gonna get you in there with fights that's a little bit competitive, but everybody in the world gonna know you're gonna beat. You know, go ask Terence Crawford. You know, his fights was with the great Brad Goodman. And so we expect for Keyshawn to go over there and do what he's supposed to do tonight. I mean, check this out. Brad Goodman is one of the best in the business. I mean, look at the guy Keyshawn is fighting for that WBO title tonight. He's fighting a guy who's 36 years old. And Keyshawn is going to have a 4-inch height advantage over this guy tonight, and a 3.5-inch reach advantage. I mean, I'm not hating on Keyshawn. I'm just saying, like, let's stop talking tough about Tank, because slow down, young boy. Slow down. You're gonna get your turn if you know Tank, you know, wants you, but just slow down. It's gonna be okay. Relax. Double salute to my guy. Definitely one of my day one supporters, Mr. Finesse, for the super chat. Thank you for your contribution and your support, man. Mr. Finesse says in the super chat, salute Manager Marty. Gained 25 pounds last night, and all I did was drink water. You got these fools on the ropes of truth. Stay on their helmet. Yes, sir, Mr. Finesse. And that's what people know I'm going to do. I'm going to stay on their helmet. And I appreciate that, Mr. Finesse. You're right. I do have people on the ropes of truth. They don't want to deal with the realities of what's happening in boxing. And we're going to deal with that right now. But before all of that, let's get to Keyshawn. Keyshawn Davis, 4-inch height advantage tonight, 3.5-inch reach advantage. The guy is 36 years old. He's fighting with a belt. I mean, come on. We know what Keyshawn going to do when he get in there tonight. And he should. And he should. You notice how every time certain people at Top Rank about to fight, they always find a way to call out the PBC fighters. You remember when Manny Pacquiao was over there with Bob Arum and Top Rank? Who name they kept throwing around for Pacquiao to get buzz around his name when he fought? Mayweather, PBC, Al Heyman, right? Devin Haney. Who name that kept throwing out there when he went over to Top Rank? Supposed to be fighting Kambosos and Lomachenko, but his dad and them kept screaming, "Tank, Tank, 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 Tank." Keyshawn Davis over there. Shakur Stevenson was over there. You see what's going on? Everybody want to call out the PBC. Terence Crawford was over there. And who name was they using over at PBC to give him buzz? Errol Spence. You see how this worked? This is no different. This is a tactic to continue to promote those guys over at Top Rank. And there's nothing wrong with it. But my thing is this to these YouTubers and content creators and reporters and journalists. Why do y'all keep asking? And I know they watching me. That's why I can say y'all. Why do y'all keep asking these fighters about like a Tank Davis when Tank Davis got to fight in next month or a couple of weeks from now, and Keyshawn got to fight tonight? You know what I'm saying? It's like that bothers me a little bit. Why y'all asking fighters about their next fight instead of asking them about the fight that's in front of them now, where they're mentally and psychologically and emotionally and physically locked in to training camp with the current fight that they have? Y'all talking about Tank. The guy Keyshawn didn't even fight his fight tonight, and they asking him about Tank. I don't like that, because it's like, yo, I get you trying to get your numbers up. Listen, I'm a content creator. I don't know how to read the algorithm. I don't know how to do that yet, but I understand. You want to create a little buzz. I get it. But at some point, it's more confusion to the casual boxing fan. That's why it concerns me. That's why it bothers me, because it confused the casual fan. You talking about Tank Davis to get the attention, but at the same time, Keyshawn Davis is fighting the guy. What's his name? I don't know how to pronounce his name, y'all. But the guy, his name starts with a D. Him. He's fighting him tonight. Why are we talking about Tank Davis? So we know what Keyshawn's going to go in there to do tonight. What we don't know is what Jared Anderson's going to do tonight. I expect him to win because I did research on his opponent, and I think Jared Anderson has enough to be able to pull out the win, and that's why Brad Goodman is over there. That's his job, and he's doing a wonderful job as a matchmaker. So we know Keyshawn's going to win tonight. I'm not saying it's not going to be a tough fight for him, because the guy's not going to lay down for Keyshawn tonight. I'm going to tell you that right now. That 36-year-old with that belt, he's not going to lay down for Keyshawn Davis tonight. He's not going to do it. But we appreciate the fact that Keyshawn is finally getting this opportunity, to be in this fight for a world title. Of course, we know the ties that the WBO have with Top Rank and Bob Arum, and we know the ties that Top Rank and Bob Arum have with the WBO. So we know that this is all formality, and this is good business. Nobody should hate on Keyshawn when he wins this fight tonight. This is good business. They were the best matchmaker in the business. Of course he's supposed to look good, Now, enough with Keyshawn. Let's get to this. I'm going to start this off by saying this. Where's Shahid at? Shahid here? Detail Boxing here too, right? Okay. Hey, Mr. Finesse, I'm going to put this on you. I hope y'all don't mind. Bam! You see what that say right there? Mr. Finesse done told y'all what it was. Look at your screen. I'll read it for you if you're at work and you can't read it on your screen, or if you're in the nail salon or getting your hair done. I get it. Mr. Finesse said in the chat, Marty, you have a lot of low-key fans. Of course I do. They be acting like they don't like me. Hey, Mr. Finesse, they be acting like they don't like me. But deep down in here, I know you respect the real manager. I know that. And speaking of that, that segues me to my next point, Mr. Finesse. A lot of these people, and I'm including content creators too, I'm controversial. I'm not publicly, what is it called? Politically correct. I'm not one of them type of people. I have an independent way of thinking, and I call it like it is. My man Lucky in the chat. What's up, Lucky? A lot of these content creators, right? They wasn't talking about snack, were they? I talking about before I got here. I was here for 2 years now, Before the manager at Walmart, me. The manager at Target, me. The water boy. That was Blueberry Sports TV. That's what he called me, the water boy. Campside called me a fake manager. Rachel Donier called me broke. Rick Glazer called me a clown. Coach Malachi said, I'm a janitor. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out, before I got here, your favorite content creator wasn't talking about Snack, Victor Conti, and Vada. I'm talking about consistently. Come on, that's all I'm saying is give credit where it's due. So, Mr. Finesse, you're right. I do have a lot of low-key fans. A lot of them. And even some of your favorite content creators. They come over here and watch me. Of course. They don't be in the chat, and that's okay, whether they like me or not. You don't got to like me, but you're going to believe. You don't got to agree with me, but you're going to believe. They know that I've done research on this topic for 15 years, and none of them can wiggle out of it. That's why they don't like me in boxing. But guess what? As long as my audience get the truth, as long as you all become the recipients of 15 years of research on this whole entire subject matter, I'm satisfied if at least one of you all learned something about the sport and the business of boxing that you didn't know before you came over here. And I have to say this, and this goes for every content creator in the boxing community. Listen, I'll bet my last dollar, because like Rachel Donier said, I'm broke, and we're going to stand on that. I'm broke. I guarantee you, every content creator in the YouTube boxing community that have encountered this channel and came to see me, whether they was live or the replay of the live or any of my videos, I guarantee you they all learned at least one thing about the sport or the business of boxing that they did not know. That's the true fact. Some of them will shout me out and give me credit when they be regurgitating my talking points, and some of them don't. When they be quoting my quotes, some of them do give me credit. Some of them don't. But that's all I wanted to say about Mr. Finesse's comments about being low-key fans. Of course. I don't need no fans. I appreciate the support, but I'm just saying the hard work that I put in cannot be undermined by people not giving me my due credit. And people were not talking about Snack, Vada, and Victor Conti consistently before I got it. They didn't even know about too much about. They're repeating what they learned here, and I respect it. Now, enough with that. Let's get on to this. Claressa Shields, from what we've been told. I got to put this up there because a lot of people going to say I'm hating, and a lot of people be lying on me too, saying I'll be photoshopping pictures. I don't even know how to Photoshop stuff, but let's see what Rick Glaser said. This is what Rick Glaser said. He posted this on February the 13th, 2025, and it might look like a little blurry because I didn't physically screenshot this. I was sent this by a good friend of mine. He know who he is. He here. He in the chat. He sent this to me because Rick Glaser blocked me. You know, I had Rick Glaser on the channel back in September of 2023, nearly a month and a half after Terence Crawford fought Errol Spence. And you know, Rick Glaser, I backed him in the corner. I was walking him down in the little quote unquote debate we was having, and I backed him against the ropes and was hitting him with them body shots. I ain't even hitting him with the hook yet. I was just hitting him with the small little, you know, shoe shine to the body, you know, and he ran off of here being disrespectful to me. But I'm blocked, basically, is what I'm about to get at, is I'm blocked off of his Twitter. So somebody sent this to me as the viewership. My God, the viewership is increasing exponentially. And I won't be surprised if your favorite content creator is over here. And I appreciate all of the content creators in the YouTube space. Appreciate y'all giving me viewership. And you ain't got to like me, but you're going to believe me. You don't have to agree with me, but you're going to believe me. And that's all it's about. Now, Rick Glaser said these words. Claressa Shields has reported, I guess he meant to say reportedly. Okay, Claressa Shields has reportedly failed a drug test for the most recent fight, rumored to be a PED test. Okay, that's what Rick Glaser said. Rick Glaser then was asked by somebody named It's Jover. It's Jover. Yeah, it's Jover. After Rick Glaser said that, a person on X, formerly known as Twitter, says his name is It's Jover, and it says, oh yeah, it's Jover, says, Rick, are you reporting it or are you saying that's what someone else has reported? And then Rick Glaser responded immediately and said, I was told by multiple people. So Rick Glaser is on record publicly acknowledging that several people, numerous people told him, I guess privately, that Claressa Shields, you know, failed a PED test, a drug test. Now, we don't know if this is true or not, but I will say this. I mean, how can you go by the words of Rick Glaser? And this is coming from me, and y'all know how I feel about Snack and the fighters over there. But I'm just saying, you know, it's like Rick Glaser's like a lot of these content creators that was listening to Rick Glaser that still be listening to him today. You know, every time he criticizes PBC, they repeat and follow his narrative. But I don't watch them. But I wonder what they are saying now that Rick Glaser publicized this. Because let's say it was a private conversation that Rick Glaser had, right? With, let's say, numerous people. Why would Rick Glaser come out publicly and repeat what people told him privately? You know what I'm saying? That would be my question. Like, what was his motive in that? That would be my question. You know, but at the same time, if he's saying it publicly, then that means that whatever these rumors are, he can substantiate it. Now, you know, I'd be wrong if I called the guy on the phone, because you know I got his number. But, you know, if he see my number on the screen, you know he's not going to answer. You know that. And the last time I called him, when he did answer, I called him live. This was a couple months ago. Rick Glazer said, "Who is this?" I said, "Come on, Rick. You know who this is. It's Manager Marty." He said, "What do you want?" "I just want to ask you a question, sir. What are you getting mad for?" "I don't feel like talking to you." I said, "I want to ask you something. You put a statement out about PBC. I want to ask you something. I got to get out of here. I don't want to talk to you." And he hung up on me. So I'm not going to blow that man's phone, because I call him right now on the spot live and ask him, who told you that? See, I don't do the whole they. You know, when people say they said they, no, we don't do they on this channel. You got to call names out, especially if you saying my name. You know you got to hashtag say my name. But Rick Glazer is bringing up the fact that Claressa Shields is rumored to have failed a PED test. You know it won't surprise me not one bit. But the thing about it is, how can I call him? Her doctor, let's call it, okay, yeah, her doctor, Victor Conti, he actually responded to Rick Glazer's tweet. Now I noticed the words look small on y'all screen because I screenshotted this. Of course, Victor Conti, he didn't block me at all, so I can still access his, his feed and everything like that, so I could, see what he's saying. So I'm going to read it to you all, and this is what Victor Conti said. Important notice to boxing. Claressa Shields did not test positive for PED after her recent fight in Michigan. Claressa had not smoked marijuana. However, the commission did a mouth swab test after the fight. There seems to be a number of issues that exist with the Michigan testing procedure. Urine is the normal sample used to test for marijuana. Most credible anti-doping entities do not consider marijuana to be a PED. VADA found no PEDs in Claressa's blood and urine samples. The Nevada Commission, the UFC, and other commissions do not consider marijuana a PED. The amount found in her mouth swab was 3.4 milliliters or parts per billion. This is an ultra trace amount that likely would have come from secondhand smoke in the arena. There were also other irregularities that occurred in the testing procedure. The world of boxing needs to clearly understand that Claressa is a clean boxer and always has been. More information about this rather unusual case will become available soon. Those were the words from the Dr. Victor Conti himself. I had a question on something. Victor Conti said that Claressa Shields did not test positive for a PED, and VADA found no PEDs in Claressa's blood and urine. I got a question on that. Don't Victor Conti post Devin Haney's VADA paperwork that says negative results and when he was tested? How come Victor Conti didn't post Claressa Shields from VADA test? You know what I'm talking about with the VADA? Don't let me pull Devin Haney's up. I got it right here waiting for the haters that be lying on me. But I'm just trying to figure out is, why didn't Victor post hers yet? I mean, he said all that long 4-page Aaliyah letter, but I'm trying to figure out where the paperwork at. See, that will substantiate Victor's claims with the paperwork. And I'm really not talking about the VADA letterhead where that says you negative. No, not that. I mean, it's nice that Victor posted on his Twitter when he's talking about Devin Haney. I really want to see the results from the lab. If you know we've been transparent, the results from the actual lab post that. Because we haven't seen VADA, we haven't seen Victor Conti or none of the snack fighters post the actual test results directly from the lab with the lab's logo on it. On the top of it. I mean, if y'all did, I haven't seen it. Double salute to my homegirl Ty. She says in the super chat, why is Victor always coming to these fighters' defense? This makes them look even more suspect, in my opinion. I totally agree with you, Ty. The reason why Victor Conte is coming to these fighters that work with him and under his program defense is because he wants to continue to maintain continuity with his credibility. But yet and still, we haven't seen the test results of Terence Crawford from 2021 to 2024, because these are the years he's been with the SNAP protocol and Victor Conte. And now we don't see the test results of Claressa Shields. All Victor Conte has to do is shh and let Claressa Shields, let the fighters at SNAP come out and post their results. We don't need to hear a guy who's a doctor slash strength and conditioning coach slash supplement guru keep defending the testing, because if he really wants people to not believe he's a part of VADA, which we know that he is, then maybe he should stop speaking on the testing portion. But of course, he's not. So where are Claressa Shields' test results? See, that'll clarify everything. It'll clarify the rumors. It doesn't have to be a rumor based on what Rick Glacier is saying, and then Victor Conte come back and then Victor Conte starting to say a whole 4-page. No, just put the results out there. That'll end everything. But he hasn't done it yet. Now, I got another question on something. Victor Conte said, I'm going to put it back on the screen. Even if you can't see it, I'm going to read it. Victor Conte said, and I need y'all to listen to this now, please. The amount found in her mouth swab was 3.4 milliliters or parts per billion. This is an ultra trace amount that likely would have come from secondhand smoke in the arena. I got a question on that. When Ryan Garcia had trace amounts of Ostarine, how come Ryan Garcia did not get the benefit of the doubt from Victor Conte? But now Victor Conte is stating that little 3.4 milliliters of trace amounts of marijuana was found from the mouth swab of my fighter, my snack fighter, Claressa Shields. Oh, when there was traces amount of Ryan Garcia, and I got the tape queued up for anybody that in my chat hate on me and say I'm lying. I got it queued up for you. I roll the tape right now. Victor Conte said, when you test positive for a banned substance, it's either you are pregnant or you're not. It's not about the quantity or the amount you have found in your system. It's either you test positive or not. Well, it don't matter if Claressa Shields had 3.4 milliliters or traces amount of her system of marijuana or not. Did she test positive for it? Because it sounds like she did. If it was found from a mouth swab test result, it sounds like she did. Now, I would rather have respected Victor Conte had he came out and said, well, y'all know her new boyfriend, Papoose, I don't know how to smoke weed, but they be doing like this, y'all. I don't know how to smoke, but that's what I be seeing when people smoke weed for the last 30 years of my life. So I understand, why not say her new boyfriend, Papoose, and that was secondhand smoke that she possibly would have, you know what I'm saying? She didn't personally, but maybe her boyfriend, Papoose. You know I got to give y'all entertainment while you're here. It would be more likely, you know what I'm saying? She with her boyfriend in a Rolls Royce and Papoose, you know what I mean? I don't know. They was chilling in the house and she made him, you know, had contact from secondhand smoke. I'm just saying because that's the narrative that Victor's pushing, the secondhand smoke. But to say that the secondhand smoke was from the arena, well, then that means that if that's the case, every fighter that was on that card better test positive for marijuana, including Claressa Shields' opponent, Danielle Perkins. Danielle Perkins, she better have tested positive for marijuana. And guess who else should have tested positive for marijuana? The promoters, the referees, the judges, the officials, the sanctioning bodies. They all better have tested positive for traces amount of marijuana if the what's going on from the arena. But when Ryan Garcia had those trace amounts of Ostarine, nobody wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. Everybody kept using a talking point against Ryan Garcia, saying, hey, it don't matter if it was a gram, what was it, a billionth of a gram? Did he test positive, yes or no? Well, then that's why he beat Devin Haney. But long and behold, Victor Conte's using the same talking point he used against Ryan Garcia to exonerate his fighter, Claressa Shields. Isn't that amazing? And we know that PEDs is not to be used in boxing. Now, somebody might say, well, Manager Marty, you don't have no proof on that. Okay, you better go ask Keyshawn Davis. You remember when Keyshawn Davis tested positive? Huh? It's not a performance-enhancing drug, but I'm just telling we know it's prohibited. But hey, why is Victor Conte talking about it? Just put out the test results. Let us see that it was weed or marijuana that was a positive test from the lab. Put the results out there. Let us see that she was negative in her PED test through VADA. Put the results out there like you do Devin Haney and the rest of them. We need answers. And here's the thing. People keep telling me, oh, man, Victor Conte's not affiliated with VADA. Why you keep bringing this up, Manager Marty? Well, then how he know about all this stuff going on with the testing then? Claressa Shields didn't come out yet and deny what he said. So he has knowledge of this. Who told him? Like he just did a tweet talking about Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. and their testing. How does he know? Is Chris Eubank or Conor Benn a part of the snack program? No. Was Teofimo Lopez and Jermaine Ortiz a part of the snack program? No. But he was challenging their test through VADA. You gotta make it make sense when you start challenging me. That's all I'm saying. Just make it make sense. That's all. And how come the testing is always flawed when it comes to his fighters? Whether they test positive for weed or not, or PED or not. You know, Victor always coming out because you know why? He don't want the stigma that's going to come on him if any of his athletes test positive for a banned substance. You know, like his athlete Marlon Byrd in 2012 tested positive. Yeah, like that. He was a part of the snack program. Y'all remember when Andre Berto tested positive? Huh? 2012, he was a part of the snack program. I'm gonna say I wanted to save this, but since we on it, I'm gonna give y'all this nugget because I'm gonna do a video on this next week. Y'all forgot about this when Louis Ortiz was a part of the snack program and he tested positive for a diuretic or diuretic. Y'all remember that? Some of y'all remember that's the reason why Deontay Wilder and Louis Ortiz's first fight fell through in the negotiations because Ortiz failed the drug test for PEDs. Y'all remember that? A banned substance. Y'all remember that? He was with Victor Conte. That was in 2017. Y'all know I got the proof. I was just waiting until next week. 2018, Willie Monroe test positive for a banned substance. He was with the snack program. So I'm getting that. I'm getting all of that out to say that's why, to answer Ty's question, that's why Victor keeps speaking on it when it got something to do with snack fighters and testing. He always want to tell you two things. Either they wasn't around him when this happened, even though they was with his program, they wasn't around him, or something wrong with the testing irregularities. Which one is it? That's all we trying to figure out. Like when Devin Haney told everybody that he gained 25 pounds of water weight within 24 hours, and I cracked the case wide open. And I had Victor Conte here, and I asked him about it. And y'all seen what he did. He deflected, switched the subject and everything, and talked about IV. See, they can't deal with me. But all I'm saying is when you talk about snack, Victor Conte, and VADA, if you a content creator, and I know you listening, that's why I got to take my glasses off to hear me say this, give Manager Marty credit. Because some of you knew you didn't learn none of that until you came over here. And it's okay if you learn from me, because that's what I got on YouTube for. But when you use my quotes and use my talking points and use certain things that you got from here, just give me credit. Just add me as a credible source. That's why I don't ask for much. Or I'll tell you what, do one better, especially if you're using any of my quotes. Come on over to the channel and give me a super chat. Because every content creator channel I jumped on, I gave them a super chat. And you can go ask any content creator where I ever came on their show, on a panel, or just sat in the background and chill, I gave a super chat. Go and ask every content creator. They'll tell you. I'm talking about the ones that I went on their channel. But don't come over here freeloading when it comes to Snack, Victor, and Vada, and then you're gonna take all the information you learn from here in my videos, then you run on your channel, and now you're an expert. Huh? I'm not talking about one person. I'm talking about all of them that do it. Just give me credit. Just say, especially if you use my quote, like Manager Marty said. If you're using a talking point that you learned from me, like Manager Marty said. Y'all been one talking about Snap. And some of them wouldn't even want to touch. Hey, watch this. When Terence Crawford beat Errol Spence, that's why I let all the content creators say what they had to say first. Between Sunday and Monday, content creators in the boxing community, not all of them, but some of them, that chose Errol Spence to win against Terence Crawford, some of them came out and said, we thought Errol Spence was going to win. We owe Terence Crawford an apology. Some of them did say that. And some of them said, hey, I said Errol Spence was going to win. Terence Crawford was the better man. But what did Manager Marty do? What did I do? I let them shoot their load out. Let them go out there. Because I know people was going to wait for me. They were waiting. Everybody was waiting. Because I kept talking about Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Not just on my platform, but on other people's platform that was interviewing me. They were waiting. Everybody was waiting in anticipation. What Manager Marty going to say? I let everybody shoot their load out. Remember that Smooth Criminal? I let everybody say what they was going to say first. And then right on Tuesday, I came out and said, okay, now let me, because I'm an independent thinker. I don't go by here saying what everybody else do. I have to be comfortable and have integrity when I do things. And I said, Terence Crawford looked different in that fight to me. And so did Errol Spence. And the snack program works. You see that? And it's been ringing bells for the last year and a half. People that didn't even want to talk about it on their channel, they're talking about it now. I've been speaking on this for a year and a half. And speaking of Terence Crawford, because we got some more super chats, and I want to put this out there, and I promise y'all I'm going to let y'all go. My man, Jay Miller, double salute to him in the super chat. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. Jay Miller says he could have cooked just posting that. You better believe it. And Jay Miller also, double salute again. He says his public responses seem like damage control, in my opinion. And those two super chats were referring to Victor Conti. All Victor had to do was, instead of writing a 4-page letter, hold on, you ain't got to tweet nothing. Just put the test results out there and let us see that it was marijuana that was positive, or 3.4 milliliters of a gram or billions gram or whatever it is of marijuana that Claressa Shields tested positive for, and then let us see that she was negative on a PED panel. Very simple. Why do things have to be complicated? What do we have to hide? And remember, I done told y'all by the phone booth that Claressa Shields had this excruciating power in her last 2 fights on the snack protocol with Victor Conti. Did y'all see the power in her last fight? Oh my gosh. She rolled the lady's eyes in the back of her head. Huh? Oh my goodness. And in the 3rd round, remember I told y'all, watch the snack fighters in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And in the 6th, and in the 9th and 10th round are they fights. Just watch. Y'all gonna see. I already put the proof out there anyway, but I'm just saying in the 3rd round, Claressa Shields, she rocked that girl. That lady, excuse me, she wasn't the girl. She rocked that woman. She rocked that lady, Miss Perkins. 3rd round. Remember when she fell? Yeah. That's the snack, man. It works. Don't get mad at us. Now, speaking of don't get mad at us, let me put this on your screen. Shakur Stevenson, right? Right? Shakur was on the he's in training camp for the Floyd Schofield thing, the Schofield fight. And by the way, tomorrow, let me show my face on this. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a special live on Snack and Floyd Schofield Sr. and the Shakur Stevenson debacle. Oh, I'm going to do and Floyd Schofield Sr. Don't forget, he said after this fight with Shakur, he's going to sue me. We're going to talk about all of that tomorrow. But right now, speaking of Shakur Stevenson, I got to get this out real quick, and I promise you we're going to go. Shakur Stevenson was with the Snack program, and I pointed this out 3 weeks ago. In 5 of his last 7 fights, remember? And y'all know I got the proof, and I already put it out there. But all I'm trying to figure out is Shakur Stevenson is in training camp for the Floyd Schofield Sr. fight, and Matchroom Boxing's YouTube channel was following Shakur Stevenson in his training camp, and Terence Bud Crawford was also there. They were playing a game called Spades, a card game. In fact, one of my favorite card games is Spades. And Shakur Stevenson said some interesting things because we know that Terence Crawford is with Snack and he's with the Victor Conte's protocol. And we know Shakur Stevenson might be with Snack on this fight again. We don't know yet. But he's with Victor Conte's protocol. But it's interesting to me that Shakur said some things that made me laugh. And let's hear what he had. You know what? I'm doing way too much talking. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.
Bud is probably one of the biggest cheaters I know. Hell of a fighter, but he's a cheater.
Did y'all hear that? How to take my picture off? How you take this off? Huh? He said, Bud, one of the biggest cheaters I know. That sounded like when Devin Haney was like, oh, everybody's telling me to stay away from Victor Conte. Yeah, it is performance enhancement drug. He said, no, it is performance enhancement. Without the drugs, Victor Conte's a mad scientist. Why are they always laughing when they talk about cheating and stuff? I don't know, but anyway. Y'all heard Shakur? He said, Bud Crawford is the biggest cheater that he knows. That's what Shakur, don't get mad at us. Hold on, let me play some more of what Shakur said.
That's unheard of. It's 13 books. Hey, look, I switched it up.
Yo, y'all are cheating. Yo, 2 seconds later, you do a funny deal, bro. That's not cheating. So he's one of them dudes that he got to win by any means necessary. And he would sit there and argue with you all day until he feel like he get his win. You say no funny dealing. You told me not to funny deal.
Oh my God! So you funny deal.
Shakur said he'd do anything to win. Come on and keep talking to us, Shakur. Shakur said Bud Crawford would do anything to win. Is that why he called Victor Conte for Errol Spence? He'd do anything to win. Sounds like he didn't even know he was going to beat Errol Spence. Because when I pointed this out a few weeks ago, you know when Victor Conte said in 2019, 2 years before Terence Crawford went to the Snack program, Victor, and you know I got the tape already queued up for anybody that challenged me. Victor Conte said, this is a 50-50 fight between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. It's 50-50. And all of a sudden, 2 years later, Terence Crawford get over there with Victor, and now he goes in the ring with Errol Spence, and now it's not 50-50 no more. It's 100% Terence Crawford and 0% Errol Spence. Come on, Shakur Stevenson. What else you want to tell us?
I don't be cheating, bro.
Bro, everybody know you cheat, bro.
That's because all
When you
y'all always
lose,
say that shit.
as soon as you start losing is when you start cheating.
Oh, my gosh. Did you hear Shakur? He said everybody knows that you be cheating. You a cheat. Soon as you start losing, we know you're going to cheat. All I'm saying is I know that people are going to say, you reaching. They were talking about spades. You reaching. They were talking about basketball. You reaching. They were talking about other sports. Well, hey, if you a cheater in one sport, we don't know if you're not going to cheat in other sports. I'm not accusing the guy. I know they were playing cards. All I'm saying is, this was Shakur saying. Everybody know you cheat. And he's rolling around with Victor Conti, bro. He's rolling around with that program, the snack protocol. Don't get mad. Let me put this back on the screen. Don't get mad at us. His words, not mine. Don't get mad at me. I'm telling you what Shakur said, man. That's what he said. Don't get mad at me. The man said what he said.
Stand up when you got his motherfucking piss, goddammit.
Bud is probably one of the biggest cheaters I know. Hell of a fighter, but he's a cheater.
That's what Shakur said. In other words, if you're going to cheat, and if you do cheat, it's a flaw in your character. It don't matter if you cheat in basketball, if you cheat in cards, if you cheat on your wife, if you cheat on your husband, if you cheat on your taxes. If you a cheater, you a cheater. I'm not saying Terence Crawford's a cheater. That was Shakur said. Don't get mad at me. I'm just rolling the table with Shakur said. Huh? I love Ty. She be making me laugh when she's in the chat. All I'm saying is, if you cheat on your taxes and you cheat on your wife or cheat on your husband or cheat in basketball or cheat in cards or cheat in a board game or cheat in Monopoly or cheat in boxing, if you're a cheater, you're a cheater. Don't get mad at me. I'm going to leave you with Shakur's words again. Let me listen to it again. Let me leave y'all with these words of Shakur.
Bud is probably one of the biggest.
Go for it. This what you do, cameraman. Stand up when you got his motherfucking piss, goddammit.
Bud is probably one of the biggest cheaters I know. Hell of a fighter, but he's a cheater.